Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm sharing a realistic what me and my 3 kids eat in a day. This is toddler approved. I have 3 boys ages 7, 4, and 2, and they are super picky eaters, so it's so important for me to find things that I know that they will eat and enjoy, and it will bring us all happiness because we all know full bellies equals happy kids. So if you guys are needing some ideas and kind of just wanting to see what I feed my kids typically on a day, this was a weekend day, then make sure you watch this video all the way through. To make this easy breakfast pizza, you don't need many ingredients. You're just going to need some eggs, a pizza crust, bacon, sausage, any veggie you like on your pizza, some shredded cheese, butter, and then I do make my gravy from scratch. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make my gravy. It's super easy. It's probably the way that everybody else makes it, but I prefer to do it this way. I just feel like it gives the pizza more flavor. First, I'm going to go ahead and fry up some bacon, and while my bacon is frying, I'm also going to scramble a couple eggs because I'm going to be adding that on top of the pizza. Something that I do to make my eggs a little bit fluffier, I just add in like a splash of milk. This is such a game changer. You just got to be careful. Don't add too much because then you're going to have runny eggs. But if you want fluffy eggs, add a splash of milk. See how fluffy the eggs are? Lakin kept coming up trying to eat the eggs and bacon. But now that my eggs are all done, my bacon is done, I'm going to take my bacon out so I can go ahead and crumble it. If you don't want to actually fry bacon, you could always get the crumbled bacon that's already crumbled and cooked just to save time. Whatever works for you. I just like to make it this way. I just feel like there's just so much better flavor when you just fry the bacon and you have like the bacon grease and all of that. You can just taste all of it. So now I'm going to spray some oil on my pan. I prefer to use this pan. If you want to make it round or if you have a different pan, do whatever, but this pizza dough fits in this pan perfectly. It's just like a cookie sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and spread that out, and then you are going to get some melted butter, wipe it on top, bake it in the oven for just a couple minutes so it can kind of make the dough rise a little bit, because otherwise if you just put your toppings on and then throw it in the oven, you're going to have doughy dough that's not cooked, and then the rest of your toppings are going to be overcooked. So throw it in the oven for just a few minutes just so the dough can rise a little bit, and then add your toppings. Now the gravy is so easy. I do my biscuits and gravy the same way. I just melt some butter in a pan, and then you're just gonna slowly start sprinkling in some flour, and then add in some milk. At first I was using a spoon, and then I'm like, what am I doing? You're gonna whisk it because you want all the clumps out. And I don't measure anything. I am just gonna keep doing this until all the clumps are out and it's thick or to the consistency that I want. I don't want it too runny. I want it a little bit thick but not too thick. So you're just gonna add splashes of milk until you can get it to the right consistency, and then I add in cracked pepper and sea salts, and voila, you have very yummy gravy. If I was making biscuits and gravy, this is where I would then add sausage in, but I'm not adding sausage into this since I'm using it for the pizza. So once my gravy's done, I'm just gonna go ahead and spread it across the crust, just like that. Get as much as you want. If you want more, if you want less, do it however you prefer. This actually was perfect. It fit across the whole pizza dough. And then once I get it all spread out, you're gonna start adding your toppings. So I'm gonna start sprinkling my eggs, my bacon, and then I add the cheese last. I put the cheese on top so that way it can melt over it. and then I put it in the oven pretty much until the dough is fully cooked and the cheese melts. So I want to say probably like 10 minutes or so. I bake it at 400. It comes out of the oven just so cheesy and delicious. This is one of my favorite things to make from scratch. I know you can always buy like a frozen breakfast pizza I've seen at Walmart, but nothing beats homemade. And on the weekends, I love to actually make breakfast for the kids, and it's something that they enjoy because it's not something that I do all the time since I work and we get up so early in the morning. Most of the time, I'm just giving them some donuts or quick waffles. So on the weekends, I do like to take the time to make actual breakfast, and they love it. It's kid approved. Lakin gave me a thumbs up. So if I can get them to eat stuff that they like, that I enjoy too, that's always a win in my book. How was it?
Tastes good.
Tastes good? You like it? Good. Would you like me to make that again?
Sure.
You like the bacon on it? Kid approved. Now for lunch, we're keeping it really realistic. This is kids' choice lunch here. Chicken nuggets and some good old mac and cheese. We're taking it back to my childhood lunches. I like to do easy lunch because a lot of times on the weekends especially, I will actually cook dinner. So I usually do something quick for lunch. But I'm doing the chicken nuggets and the Annie's mac and cheese cups. I like to do the mac and cheese cups because I can just throw them in the microwave. Usually I make 2 of them. It's very simple. They're done in a couple minutes. And I don't always bake the chicken nuggets. Sometimes I will throw them into the air fryer. But either or, I do it that way. I don't prefer to microwave the nuggets. I just don't think they warm up evenly and they're soggy. So the kids, they like them much better in the air fryer or in the oven. So this mac and cheese is so easy to make. You just fill it up to the water line. And what I really love about this Annie's one, you guys know Annie's is like our favorite mac and cheese in this house, but it's the creamy packet. So it's not that powder stuff. It's creamy and cheesy. The kids really enjoy these. Samir likes to eat these by just out of the cup. He loves mac and cheese, but whenever I'm doing it for all of the boys, I usually make 2 and I just divide them up on the plates for them. Their lunches, I usually typically do a juice. They are loving these organic juices. I don't always buy the Sunny D, but occasionally I do buy them for Lakin. He does enjoy orange juice, so I like to get those little bottles. Look at Samir. Like, let's just take a moment at how big he is. He's gonna be 3, you guys. When I started my channel, he was a baby. Oh, it goes so fast. He's just so cute and so independent and growing up so fast. So now that the boys had their lunch, I'm gonna make me a smoothie. So I'm just doing a banana and a blueberry smoothie. And then I like to add in some of my green matcha. So this is how I make my smoothie. I'm gonna do this and then add in some milk. I do just take the berries out of this because I'm allergic to strawberries, so I only can do the raspberries and the blueberries. So that's what I'm doing here. That's why you don't see any strawberries going into there. I know someone said before I can buy them just by themselves, but At my Walmart, I only see them like that. I've never seen just the berries by itself. So that's how I get it, and I just take the strawberries out. And then I only add like a half of scoop of the green powder because the matcha can be a little overpowering. So I only do about a half a scoop, and then I'm just gonna add my milk and fill it to the line. After I blend it, I do add some honey on top, and then I just stir it up with my straw. That's just to give it a little bit of sweetness because, again, like I said, that green powder, sometimes it could be a little overpowering and it can kind of make it not taste as sweet. So I do like to add in some honey into it. And then there is my lunch, just a quick smoothie, so that way I can have an appetite for dinner. This particular day, dinner was going to be stuffed shells along with some homemade garlic bread and a side of salad. So I love making stuffed shells. This is one of my favorite things to make, and the kids eat it. They love any type of pasta, so I make a lot of pasta, let me just say that, because they're very picky, especially Tank and Samir. So I have to cook things that they will eat, otherwise I feel like I'm just cooking and it's gonna waste it. So I'm gonna ground my ground beef, season it up, let it cook, strain it, add my sauce in. Nothing fancy here, I just use a jar sauce, and I do like my sauce to be sweeter, so you will see me add a little bit of sugar. I don't really like the tomatoey taste of just traditional pasta sauce. I like it to be more on the sweeter side. Once my water is boiled, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in my noodles and let those cook until they are done. And then once they are done, I do strain them in the strainer and I run cold water over them. That's gonna be important because if you have hot shells, you're gonna be burning yourself when you're trying to add in the sauce. So I always rinse them off with cold water until they are completely cool. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a layer of sauce on the bottom of my pan. This could make a much bigger pan, but at the time, this was the only baking casserole dish that I had. So again, it was just me and the boys anyways, so I didn't really wanna make a lot because we really aren't the type that eat leftovers. So I'd rather just make just enough instead of having tons of leftover that gets wasted. But once you add your sauce in, you're just gonna go ahead and layer your shells out and then just start filling them up with the sauce. I top it with lots of cheese. I just use the Colby Jack. You can use mozzarella cheese, whatever kind of cheese that you like, but I just prefer this one. I try to fully cover it so that way when it's baking, the cheese just melts over it, and then I throw it in the oven just until the cheese melts. Now I'm gonna make my garlic bread. This garlic spread I get at Walmart. It is so good. It's $2 and I use it to make my own garlic bread. I also love to put it on grilled cheese. It takes your grilled cheese sandwich to a whole other level. So if you can snag up this garlic spread, definitely try it when you make a grilled cheese sandwich because I'm telling you, it's a game changer. I like to put it on both sides and then I'm gonna just sprinkle some cheese on top and throw it in the oven. maybe less than 10 minutes, just depending on the temperature that you have. And while that's in the oven, usually my shells are done and the cheese is melted. Look how good these look. Oh, they are so good. So cheesy, so yummy. This was definitely a very good dinner this particular night. You know dinner's good when you have all of the sauce all over your clothes, if you can peep that. From making dinner, I literally was spilling everything all over me. That's how you know you just threw down in the kitchen. This is something that I've been trying to start doing, is make a dessert. Now, growing up, my dad, literally, you guys, made dessert every night with dinner. My dad was a culinary chef. I think I've shared that before on my channel. That's where I kind of get the love for cooking. He used to just always push it on me and teach me and try to get me involved with cooking. I was more of a baker growing up. I never thought I would ever want to cook, but here I am. I'm a mom now. I'm cooking. I'm doing all the things I said I would never do. But this is something that I've been trying to make a tradition with my kids, is make dessert. Lakin loves baking. He loves helping doing stuff like this. So I pretty much let him do his thing. This is one of his favorite pies. So he asked me, Mom, can I make it? So I let him do everything. You're just gonna get 2 packs of chocolate pudding and then 4 cups of cold milk. Whisk it all together. You're gonna keep whisking and stirring. Obviously, I helped him here because you have to whisk it until it starts to get thick, you know, and turns into pudding. Once it gets thick, then all you're gonna do is just pour it into your graham cracker crust. So we did Oreo. Lakin loves the Oreo. We like to call it our triple chocolate pie. And we just pour it in there. And then I like to shred chocolate on top of it with the Cool Whip, and it's just so good. And then you let it chill in the fridge for a couple hours, and then you have a nice dessert. So this is just something that I've been enjoying to do with the kids and make it into my tradition and kind of carry on from my childhood, since it was something that I have very good memories doing. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about just making those memories with our kids, making good food, having good laughs in the kitchen, and best of all, just making those memories that they can always take with them, you know, into their adulthood, and then they can eventually share those same things with their children. You can use a cheese grater to go ahead and shred the chocolate on top. I don't think I have a cheese grater. I think I do. I don't know why I was using this thing. It all works the same, but I just use the chocolate block and I just shred the chocolate on top of the Cool Whip, and then I put the lid on and we let it chill in the fridge for a few hours, and then you have a quick and easy dessert. That will sum up today's video, you guys. This was just realistic, what we eat in a day, just the things that me and my children eat and enjoy, and hopefully it gave you guys some ideas if you're kind of just stuck in a rut and can't figure out what to eat and you want to see what other moms are feeding their kids, because we all know toddlers are super picky. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a big like, subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. We would love to have you. Until the next one, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and don't forget how strong and powerful you are.